Hello, this is Robert from Bearfort Paranormal. We're here today to show you some of the instruments we use for investigating. Today we have here a series of instruments, pretty fancy looking stuff with these antennas coming out, and these are all made by professional measurements up in Connecticut. Gary Galka, if you ever heard of him, he's the guy that designed these instruments. We have the millimeter series here. This is one of our older ones. It has a capability of measuring a field, electrical field, temperature, and also has a built-in light to navigate your ways through the dark hallways of a house or anything of that type of investigating. We have here a meter also, which has a capability of having a vibration pickup. By activating this switch here, it has a little sensor that sets off a beep in case you hear footsteps or anything of that nature. That will show an indication, and it has a light on it as well. Another meter that we have here is the REM model millimeter, which has a antenna which, in theory, if a spirit or some type of energy disturbs the field, you'll get a light indication. There's even a feature on the back side here where you can select it to on for the sound as well. So you have a visual effect and or sound. In addition to these things, they also have, each one of these units, you'll see this yellow thing on top, which is a thermocouple and measures the temperature very accurately. And it's a display right below where the meter for the EMF range is, which is, you'll see 0.0 on these gauges right now. It's in milligauss. It's a unit of measurement where, in theory, spirits tend to utilize a field or something coming through, and you will see a change where you'll see these numbers rise, or the temperatures also change as well in some cases. Another derivative of these meters is this unit here. It's called a REM pod. The REM pod has a antenna just like the previous one here. It has an audible and visual alert, and basically, again, something coming close to it may trigger that off and alert you to possible anomaly in that area, and have a camera on it and videotape, and hopefully you catch something. Back behind here we have some static field detectors. We call them E-pods, if I remember correctly. And basically, if you ever have that feeling, there goes that vibration monitor going off. These here, including one with the antenna, which has a is more of a receiving deal for a sense of static energy. If you ever get that feeling of goosebumps on an investigation, or just a feel, supposedly the static energy in the field will be picked up by these devices. It's a negative positive polarity scenario. If something goes through it, the color will either go full red or the opposite, depending on which way the polarity is. And some of the techniques for use these type of devices, you put it on a threshold where people may claim that they see somebody walking down a hallway, through a door. We can set these up to see if some kind of manipulation happens with these devices, where we not only will have a camera on that area, we can actually see the change of energy in that area as well. So that's basically the meters. We have one in the back here called a tri-field meter. It's not associated with this company, but another device which we use. It's a pretty sensitive instrument. It has an analog readout with a trim pot on the side here, which you calibrate. And usually we leave it on a magnetic setting, and we orientate this device to the North Pole. You get a compass, aim in the proper direction, and basically it's a milligauss pickup, and you're picking up the analog version of what these digital devices do here. Only drawback with this is it doesn't have a recording feature where you'll know if that needle's moving if you're not watching it. So the technique with this type of device, to have a video camera aimed at it, so if you see a fluctuation, it's documented. On these devices, what's really neat about them, they have a record feature, and it'll capture the high and low EMF value, which is pretty neat. A nice tool to have there. So that's the devices here that we use at Bearfort Paranormal, and this is the first in a series of, and there goes that vibration sensor again, of our instruments that we use, and thanks for watching.